So none of my gear has... None of my gear has the red droplet on it. I don't know what that orange splash symbol means. Lifesaver. Many legends tell of brave dogs saving the lives of saints or kings by defending them against enemies. You're no legendary hero, and Mutt is far from a well-bred hound, but you can rely on him to not leave you in the lurch. Mutt will defend you in battle and even attack enemies at your command. Stealth kill. Even the strongest armor has its weakness, and few meshes can withstand the triangular tip of a dagger. If you have a dagger equipped, you can perform a stealth kill maneuver. All you have to do is sneak up behind your unsuspecting victim and initiate a chokehold. Then be ready to press the attack to deliver the killing blow. May God have mercy on your soul. Takedown. There's no need to always reach for a weapon and waste lives. There are more merciful ways to deal with opponents and clear them out of your path. You could stealthily knock people out. To do this, sneak up to your victim and initiate chokehold. Then be ready to press attack to finish the action and knock out your opponent. It's a good idea. Okay, so the after the chokehold, having to hit a button after was something that wasn't in the first game. And I think the first time that I failed it was because of that, because I didn't realize I needed to do that. It's a good idea to then hide the unconscious body so no one stumbles across it. Your victim remains unconscious after some time, so whatever it is you're up to, make it quick. Warfare, evade. Perform it by pressing the jump key along with the direction. You can use it to quickly dodge attacks, move to a safe distance, or even move closer to your opponent. What's more, if you perform a dodge in the time frame for a perfect block, your opponent will lose his balance and be easier to break his defense. Feint, perfect block, riposte. And a few combos here. So I guess heavy weapon is just axe, or is that axe and also clubs? I think that might be axe and also like maces. Reinforced bludgeon. I don't think I've looked in here. Oh, I think that's like a chicken coop. Okay. I still can't do any alchemy. Okay. I guess we're not doing that yet. I assumed that was the next thing. Alright. Let's see. I buried the corpses.
Those corpses have been taken care of. They're gone to rest by the stream.
Oh, thanks, Henry. I appreciate it. You did what you could. Me and the gravedigger will do the rest, so I ain't stuck with that corpse forever.
Okay.
Here. Chamomile and sage, like you said.
Excellent. Now to brew the potion from them. I gave you two the last of my supply during the night, but fresh is best anyways. It's a shame my daughter Pavlena ain't back yet. She'd get it done in a jiffy, but we'll just have to manage without her. But you can do it too. It ain't nothing hard. My eyes are so bad, it'd take me all day. But at least I can tell you how to go about it.
Chomp.
All right, I'll try. Well, I've been at the alchemist bench a few times, but it's been quite a while.
That's grand. More than I was hoping for. And not to worry, it'll all come back to you. I have a book here with the recipe, but it'll be better if I tell you. I know it by heart.
I can read as well as any man, if that's what you mean.
My word. Maybe you really are a noble son.
I'll take the book just in case, but if you give me some advice, I'd be grateful.
Of course. Everything we need is in the hut. Let's get to it.
You've learned venoms and poisons. You've learned alchemy.
First, go to the recipe book. Now find the recipe for chamomile decoction and remember what you have to do. Then get back to the bench and we'll start.
Sleep heals you faster and if good quality. Energy replenishes faster while sleeping. You need wine, 2 handfuls of chamomile, and a handful of sage. Okay. Step 1 is wine.
All right. First, you have to pour the right base into the cauldron. Choose the right pitcher from the shelf on the left, according to the recipe. So, what did you pour in there?
Wine, of course. Like it says in the book.
Glad to hear it. Now try moving the cauldron over the flame, so you know how it looks when it starts boiling a bit. Hear that bubbling? It's boiling. Remember that well. For most potions, you just have to simmer the herbs for a bit. But sometimes you need to get it good and hot. So you have to get the fire blazing under the cauldron using the bellows. Try fanning it with the bellows to get it boiling. It's boiling! To keep it going, you mustn't stop with the bellows. If you want to cool it down quick, take it off the flames. Try it. Move the cauldron up.
The move the cauldron up and down thing is
now
new.
We'll start with the brewing. Get all the herbs that you need ready. The ones you picked. Put them
Chamomile
there
and
on the
sage.
shelf, so you've got them at hand. All right, let's get to it. First, throw 2 handfuls of chamomile into the cauldron.
Alright, 1. And 2.
Before you put it on the flame, turn the sand glass so you know how long you're brewing it. It's got to be exact. Every grain of sand counts. See? When the sand has flowed out, that's 1 turn. That's how long you have to boil the chamomile. Move the cauldron to the fire and wait until it starts bubbling. Then turn the sand glass. As soon as the sand runs out, take the cauldron off the fire again.
Muck's favorite minigame? It actually was. Yeah, from the first game. I enjoyed doing this.
Ain't that enough? Take the cauldron
And
off
then
the fire.
afterward, you would get like a whole bunch of potions at once.
All right. Now, take 1 handful of sage, grind it with a mortar and pestle, and drop it in the cauldron. Have you ground it? Good. Now, drop it in the cauldron. You don't have to boil it anymore. All you have to do now is decant
Good morning,
it.
Muck.
Get a file and pour it in.
Good morning, Swice. Thank you. Appreciate that. Huge thank you.
Done. Now, let's see what you've brewed.
We've clearly made Kool-Aid. Look at it. You made 2 chamomile brews. Oh, we take the book with us.
Here it is.
Ooh, by the smell of it, it's a chamomile decoction the way it should be.
Happy to help.
This should help Hans get better. I'll take care of it now.
All right. Is there anything else I can do to help?
I reckon you've done all you could. What you need now is a bit of rest. Go and get a good sleep. That works wonders.
You are tired. Get rid of fatigue by sleeping in a bed. Furthermore, your health regenerates while you sleep. Sleep and save.
That decoction will chase away the fever. You'll sleep better after.
All right, sleeping until I'm fully rested, but I'm gonna wake up at like 1 in the morning. So we'll see what that does. As far as like the world around me, like when we wake up, the other people might be asleep still. Oh, we triggered something. Nightmare scenario?
A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer.
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently.
That guy turned out to be the villain in the first game, or one of them.
Where's my fucking sword?
And I found it. Everything I take now will be mine. And I plan to take everything.
Rot in hell!
Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
Stronger dog fucks the bitches. And war is a nasty business.
I don't remember that line. They might have said it.
Where's my fucking sword?
You know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you!
Yeah!
Don't disappoint me.
Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise. Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Waifu detected. He already has a sweetheart back home.
Bad dreams. You must be
Hey, Mark
Pavlova,
Anax.
right?
That's right. I came in the evening while you were asleep. Ma told me what happened to you. Then I helped Ma take care of your friend that night?
Oh, Hans. He's alive. How is he?
Have no fear. He's alive, all right. Maybe too alive. Ma knows what she's doing, and that's the truth. I reckon she could bring the dead back to life. She said she dosed you with the strongest remedies she knows, and it looks like they did the trick. On that other fella for sure. Since he came to this morning, he hasn't stopped talking.
She's like, he won't shut up.
That sounds like him, all right.
And what about you? How do you feel?
What kind of game is this? It's an RPG. It's an RPG with a lot of depth. Choices matter. It takes things very seriously. Like, if your gear is damaged and the durability is low, it looks like ripped up on your body, and people will treat you differently because they think that you either just got robbed or you're a hobo. You know? Like, things like that. Like, it takes itself very seriously, but it's, you know, well written and good, in my opinion. It's quite good.
Definitely better than yesterday. Thanks.
That's good. Ma will be glad, but I heard you yelling in your sleep and went to check on you. Bad dreams?
I dreamt of Istvan Toth, a villainous, murderous whoreson who stole my sword. The last memento I had of my father, and I swore to get that sword back and avenge my parents.
Oh, that oath must be serious if it even torments you in your
I want to throw
sleep.
fireballs. There's
Dreams
no
shouldn't be
magic
taken
in this.
lightly.
It's like
They can
medieval.
have real meaning,
With the
however hard they are to
exception
understand.
of potions.
What strikes you as the most important part
That's
of
the
your
closest
dream?
thing to magic.
Pa, without a doubt. I hope his soul and Ma's find peace.
Dreaming of a dead parent is confusing. It could mean you cling too much to the past, and you ought to find a new path. But I think it's a good thing he's more important to you than that murderer.
You didn't hit on her? We've got a sweetheart already.
Thanks, Pavlina.
Where there's alcohol, there's magic.
It's a lot to think about.
You're welcome. But remember,
Hold on a second, sorry.
I understand you is you yourself.
I expect you're right. So in the end, all the hard work will be on me. But this is all too much heavy thinking at once. Right now, What I need more is a little sunshine and fresh air.
Aye, that's the best remedy for many ailments. And a full stomach will help too. Breakfast is on the table, and I've got something else for you too. Come along, and we must save Ma from the clutches of his lordship.
Join the others for breakfast. Increasing Henry's level gives you perk points. You can use them to unlock his abilities and upgrades. The list of perks can be accessed by pressing P. Main level. I've got 2 options. Hold on, I'm immediately curious if Revenant is in here. Oh no, that was under Vitality last time. Hold on. Revenant 2. Yep. Let's see. See, Ascetic. Your nourishment will decrease 30% slower. In other words, you will last longer without food before hunger starts to bother you. Thick-blooded. You will bleed noticeably slower. Still, if you don't bandage up, you'll die eventually. You just have more time. I'll take thick-blooded. Main level. Charming Man. If you gain rep, the increase will be 10% higher. Opportunist. If you lose rep, the drop will be 10% less. Let's get Charming. Strength. No options. Agility. Deft Hands. The required agility for all weapons will be 2 lower for you. In general, if you have a lower agility than the weapon requires, you will find it more difficult to fight with. But if you have a higher agility, the stamina consumption will drop. With this perk, you'll reach that state sooner. Featherweight. Fall damage reduced by 30%. I feel pretty confident in combat in this game so far. So I'm gonna take Featherweight to help me in an area of the game that it might help me by in a weird moment. Polished wares. When selling weapons, armor, or clothing that are in near perfect or perfect condition, you'll gain 10% more money. Silver Tongue. +4 speech bonus when haggling, making it easier to negotiate. Definitely that. Oh my gosh, we've got a lot of weird stuff here. Houndmaster. Hunt. You can give Mutt. You can command Mutt to hunt and send him after wild game. You'll find he's a great help. Search. You can command Mutt to sniff out places of interest or hunted game. To do this, select the free command. He'll alert you by barking if you find something. Thanks to your loyal companion, you won't miss a thing. Let's get Hunt first so that he can help get food that he needs. Stealth. Bushman. You make 50% less noise in bushes. One way or another, if an opponent defends against your attempt to stun or stealth kill them, they will suffer penalties to their stats. This will make it easier for you to defeat them conventionally. This lasts for 20 seconds. Let's get one way or another. There's so many skill points right away. What? Nimble Fingers. When in the time collecting phase of lockpicking minigame, you gain time 10% faster. Silent Fiddler. You're almost silent when using a lockpick, and if it happens to break, the sound is 75% quieter. That seems major. I'll take that. Survival. On the Poacher's Trail, you could sell herbs, game hides, and trophies for double the price. Wanderer. The quality of beds increase for you the higher your survival skill is, but at most, this perk will improve the quality of a bed 50%. On higher quality beds, the perk will have no effect. Flower Power. If you have more than 30 fresh or dried herbs not spoiled in your inventory, your charisma will count as 2 higher. Master Cook. If you cook, dry, or smoke an unspoiled ingredient or food after processing it, it will have a 100% condition. It does not apply to herbs, as they always have a 100% condition after drying, regardless of the perk. Thinking Flower Power, and then maybe double price. Horsemanship. Night Training. Melee attacks from horseback will cost you 15% less stamina and will be harder for enemies to unseat you. Saddler. Repairs with Cobbler's Kit will be 20% more efficient. Additionally, because you know pouches and satchels well, you have +1 bonus on thievery skill if you pick pockets. Let's get Saddler. Craftsmanship. Well-fitted. Armor and clothing you repair yourself with the Armorer's Kit will make less noise when worn. The effect lasts until the item's quality drops. If you wear boots repaired by yourself, sprinting costs you less stamina, so you can run longer and go further. Razor Sharp. If you sharpen a weapon on the grindstone to 98% or higher, the weapon gets a bonus effect that increases slashing damage by 10%. This effect remains active as long as the weapon's condition is above 75%. Let's get the boots upgrade. Oh my god, so much crazy stuff. Time? Yeah. Let's see. Your heavy weapon attacks will be harder for opponents to block with a shield. Additionally, it will take less time to completely destroy an opponent's shield with your blows. Sundering Blow, when you hit an enemy with a heavy weapon, their armor counts as 10 lower. Let's get Sundering. Sword. If you successfully wound an opponent by a strike to an uncovered zone your opponent isn't blocking from, it will be more difficult for the opponent to block subsequent attacks. Precise Strike. With a fully charged sword attack, your sword fighting skill will count as 3 higher. I didn't remember that you could charge attacks, so your attack will not only be stronger, but will also be harder to parry. Showtime. After performing a sword combo or a master strike, you instantly regain some stamina and can attack again. Tendon Slicer. Each successful sword combo significantly reduces your opponent's agility and strength, making it harder for them to keep fighting and easier for you to defeat them. Marksmanship. Crippling Shot. If you deal damage to an enemy with a ranged weapon, their stamina will recover more slowly and their combat ability reduced. Steady Aim. If you don't move for 2 or more seconds while aiming, your stamina drains 20% slower and the shot will be 15% stronger. Let's get Steady Aim. Early game, Marksmanship, you wobble a lot, and I would like that to help combat that. Alright, Warfare. Head Protection. If you're wearing a helmet, blows to the head will cause 20% less damage. Steadfast. Blocks will cost you 20% less stamina, and your shield and weapon will wear down 20% slower by blocking. Have a good night, Muka Chat. Good night, Jinxie. I don't block a lot. I parry a lot and riposte a lot. I don't block much. So I guess I'll take Head Protection, just because I might get some use out of it. And it mentioned the thing about drying herbs. I didn't realize that was a thing in this game. Yeah, they're going bad. Okay, so I don't know how to dry herbs yet. Alright, Nourishment. We gotta be careful. If you overeat, you get a debuff that's like you're a fatty in the first game. And you're slowed and all kinds of stuff. Alright, should be good. Alright.
Look who's finally up! Henry! Come and join us! Good morning, Henry! You have no idea how glad I am to see you. Come join our banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
I'm glad to see you, too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
All the more cause for merrymaking! Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course. I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bojena told me what happened here yesterday. That's the 3rd time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The 3rd time? What in God's name happened the first 2 times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deeds.
He was captured by Cumans. Oh, wait. In this story, Sir Hans got shot in the ass. We carried him while he was crying, while an arrow was sticking out of his butt. Does he really want me to tell the story?
Well, there was this time when me and Hans had,
Oh, wait, no. That was the second time.
And for punishment, I had to accompany him on the hunt.
And I shot a boar.
And made it mad. And when Hans chased after the wounded animal, he got caught by a Cuman patrol.
Humans?
They come from somewhere in Hungary.
Naxis
Sigismund
people.
brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries. They're a very dangerous bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleyov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just...
Did you see his eyes?
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice.
Yo, that a girl.
The thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive.
Well, there must have been 10 of them.
There was
I
2.
hadn't a chance.
You must have been seeing double. As I recall, there were 2.
That just proves how well you can count. Besides, they were armed to the teeth and had bows and armor. It might as well.
I did have to reload the game like 20 times to beat those two.
Whatever.
It was rough.
Anyway, with a bit of luck, I managed to free Sir Hans.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, al dentes.
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
Ah, it's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favors the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, you already got a pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
Ah, but you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
For Townberg? What was
That's
that
when he got
about,
shot
then?
in the butt. Yes, yes, yes. Go into the details.
The foe took the castle by subterfuge, and we planned a counterattack.
Under the cloak of darkness, we scaled the mighty walls of Talmberg Castle to get inside and open the portcullis to our brothers in arms who were poised and ready to attack.
And we almost succeeded. Only, along the way, Sir Hans here took an arrow to his noble seat.
Seat? He got shot in the backside.
My upper thigh, actually.
Actually.
Backside it was. But that's no joke either. It's not easy to run with an arrow stuck in your arse. If I hadn't carried him...
I admit it, you saved my arse.
Well, now, you
I'm
two
so
have
glad
been
they do
through
a
thing
callback
or
to that.
two. As far as I can tell, it really was his backside and not his thigh. I examined Hans and saw the scar for myself.
She looked at his
But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
True enough. Hey, how did you manage to get the best of that cutthroat the other night when you hauled me here?
To be honest, by a stroke of luck. We were fighting outside, but that fucker got a hold of his falchion and let me have it in the guts. I thought I was done for, but I groped around and found a pail and whacked him with it with the last of my strength. And luckily, I hit him a nice crack right on the noggin. Can't remember a thing after that.
My word. Fortune really does favor you. You chose your motto well.
Once we get back to Ratai, I'll have it inscribed on my shield.
Do tell. What
So
else did
he
it
killed him with a
to
bucket?
encounter?
Quite a lot of things. But I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission.
I feel like it would have made more sense if the old woman is like, so I found the cutthroat outside unconscious from the blunt wound to the head with the bucket, and I slit his throat. You know, if it's something like that, but just like the bucket being the coup de Gracie.
And we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trotsky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Zheleov, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you, for your journey.
Bozhena, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
Ah, but I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that axe and spade. We can't
Oh,
manage
I
without them.
forgot.
Yes, of course.
My weapon of choice right now I took
Thanks
from
for
her.
everything you've done.
You've lost axe and
I have
spade.
something for you, Henry.
All right, I'll use the
Ma
club.
had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in
Weak
danger
savior
or
schnapps.
don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see.
Each
It's
time?
not
Is
all
it
that hard to
reusable?
brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlena. This'll come in handy.
You received
doubt.
recipe for savior schnapps.
But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts. And you have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you
Alright, so... Reinforced bludgeon.
should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you, sir. Though, I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer.
Okay, so I am going to tear myself away, but I am going to be putting like 9 hours into this game tomorrow, chat. So we're going to save it here and pick it up from that moment next time.